Okay, cool. The great thing about Teafu is that it is a squeezable tea infuser. Now, not only does that mean that you can super infuse it, and we'll do that in a second, it also means that you can squeeze off all the drips when you're done, stand on your counter. But the first thing you want to do is open it and fill it. Now, the great thing about Teafu is it is spring-loaded in the middle there, and there's a little push button. Now, some people go wrong. They're holding it and trying to push the button in the middle. Obviously, this hand is stopping it from opening, right? So if you just let it push that button, it will naturally open, but just don't hold it closed with the other hand. Anyway, so we open it up and it forms 2 spoons. So that means it's super handy to get into the bottom of jars. For example, this one with our loose leaf tea, and just sort of level it off the top there. I get finger in over the top there and close it over. Now, the great thing about having done that is that we've only filled half of it, so there's more than enough room in this other side for the tea to soak up water and for it to expand. Cool, so we've boiled our kettle. Look, some hardcore people like to go with 88 degrees or different temperatures for different water, blah, blah, blah. I'm not into that personally, but each to their own. And we're gonna leave that in the water. Now, the trick with a tea infuser, right, is you want small holes so that water can get in there, and we've made these microscopically small. They're actually punched out afterwards. Really small so that the tea leaves don't get out, but you want them big enough that the water can get in. Now, we've got around the problem of having to have them big enough for the water to get in and infuse and get out again by making it squeezable, right? So that what that will do is force all the water out, and then as you open it back up again, new water will come inside and then it will swirl around. So we're just going to give that a minute to steep. One other thing I wanted to tell you about the Teafu is, because the cups are made of silicone, right? That means that, they're a little bit soft and squishy, right? Sometimes the cups aren't perfectly aligned, but just know that you can move it and manipulate them easily enough to get them perfectly aligning again. It's really no big deal. They're actually just sitting on these stainless steel arms here, and you can just jiggle them into place, and look, perfect seal again, no problem. And again, boom, open him up, close him. Cool, so let's pretend that's been a couple minutes or however long people like to leave their tea for, depending on the strength, obviously. And watch this. Now I can go super infuse. I'm going to force all the water in and out, and you can see the color is going to change there quite dramatically and get darker, right? This is my favorite bit actually of all of it. So I hold my Teafu above the teacup and squeeze. Now I'm going to give it a good squeeze out all the water. Right, now if I take that to my table, I'm sitting outside and enjoying a cup of tea on a Sunday morning, right, the great thing is I can squeeze out all the drips, right, and then I can just stand it up on the counter there and look, no drips, right? So it means you don't have to get a little tea sauce or a little plate or somewhere to put your tea ball out when you take it out of your tea. It just stands up there and doesn't drip all over the place. To wash it, obviously, you just open it back up again, rinse it under the tap it out into the bin, empty it into your compost or your garden. And of course, it's dishwasher safe as well. So that's Teafu. It was made to last you a lifetime. You'll get a great life of drinking tea out of it, loose leaf tea, of course. I hope you love it.